see in me what God saw in me. It took a seer.
You better preach, Bishop.
The seer saw. I didn't see what he saw. Ooh, but the seer saw in me. But I didn't see myself. I didn't understand all the inner workings of the puzzle that was coming together. Come on, tell somebody your life is a puzzle. And pieces have to join together for you to see the whole picture. For some of us, it'll take a whole lifetime. But the sooner you tell God yes, the more they'll start coming. The more those pieces will start coming. Would you tell somebody all God wants from you is a yes?
That's all he wants.
And yes means, Lord, I'm willing to go through whatever it is I got to go through in order to be who you've called me to be. Come on. Yes don't cover a particular area. He wants a complete, tell somebody, a complete yes. Now, in order for the complete yes to come, there must be a death. That means, see, because what happens is, let me talk for a minute. We get caught up so often in our feelings, and I know you must get tired of hearing me talk about it. But I have to keep talking about it because you keep getting caught up in it. Paul says in the Philippians, which is not where I want to come from, but I might as well quote this to you. Everything that I lost, I counted as dung, that I might know him in the power of his resurrection and in the fellowship of his sufferings. In other words, I want to be able to rise with him when the time comes, because there's a rapture. Tell somebody there's a rapture coming. The Bible says the day of Christ shall come, the trumpet's going to sound, the dead that are in Christ, those who died knowing him, those who died serving him, will rise first, and then we that remain who have lived for him shall be caught up to meet him, and that's what's called the rapture, in case you never heard of it. It's real. It's not a fairy tale. It's not a fiction. It's real. We're living. Lady Bragg would tell us from time to time, those times that we had testimony service, her last line, her summation would always be, I'm living to live again. Bishop Evans used to crank on the piano, if you die now, you won't have to die no more. Paul speaks to them and says, I want to know him. I want to know him to this wise, to this point. Goes on to tell them, listen, 4th chapter is where I want to go, Elder Pender. 4th chapter, just one verse. The 4th verse. We're going to talk from there in just a minute. Paul speaks about this rejoicing thing 16 times. Now, everybody wants to be happy. Would you tell somebody everybody wants to be happy?
Everybody wants to be happy.
No, I want you to convince them. Tell them Bishop needs to know everybody wants to be happy. And I hear you, and I've heard you. And I'm not saying it, Elder Maurice, as if I don't believe you need to be happy. But there's another dimension to this thing called happiness. It's what Paul considers in his book here, in this whole 4 chapters of Philippians. He addresses this thing so that you'll understand that there's another measure, there's another level to this thing that you want. Because what happens is now, when we speak of the word happiness, what evolves is this picture, this vision of unwrapping gifts. This vision of sharing time, walking with somebody that you love. You'll be walking alone, holding hands with the person that you love. Happiness. Perhaps it's even vacationing in some exotic place because you need a break. You need a getaway from the everyday, mundane things of life. Perhaps what we do is we find ourselves now spending a whole lifetime pursuing this ideal of happiness. Spending money, collecting things. Come on. Pursuing this thing because we just want to be happy. Everybody wants to be happy.